Given all the hoo-ha about the medevac bill and the constant suggestion that innocent people are being held offshore in some kind of an Australian gulag, what's remarkable is how the coalition has managed over the past 6 years not to just stop the boats, but also to quietly and effectively mop up Labor's mess of 50,000 illegal boat arrivals left in offshore detention and in visa limbo when they left government back in 2013. As of today, there are just 466 boat people in offshore processing centres. Only 3 remain on Manus in PNG. All the rest are living in the community, either on Nauru or in Port Moresby. And thanks to the dozens of professional staff funded by the Australian taxpayer, all of the boat people living offshore have had access to the kind of health services that most Australians, particularly those in regional Australia, could only dream of. Over the past year or so, 654 boat people have been resettled in the United States. And thanks to the medevac laws passed by Labor and the Green Left Independents a year or so ago, 184 have been transferred to Australia, allegedly for urgent medical treatment, although not one of them is currently in hospital here in Australia tonight. And none of them, I might add, have gone back, but we knew that, didn't we? Let's face it, the medevac laws put in place this time last year were always a racket to get boat people to Australia under false pretences and in front of activists, judges and lawyer advocates. It's noteworthy that 21 of those transferred to Australia under medevac had previously been accepted for resettlement in America. The fact that they preferred an uncertain future here to a certain one in the US shows just what a magnet life in Australia has become, and how important it is that no one ever thinks that getting on a leaky boat can ever lead to a new life here. Which brings me to Senator Jackie Lambie's bizarre, teary performance in the Senate yesterday. While it was good to see the government get the vote it needed to repeal these bad laws, it was troubling to yet again see that some of the biggest issues in our country rest on the vote of people like Lambie. Now, all credit to the government for the way border protection has been handled and the way it's managed the disaster inherited from Labor. But imagine if on water operations, turning boats around, imagine if they had to be negotiated with the likes of Lambie. I was there all the way back in the years of Operation Sovereign Borders in the PM's office, and there's just no way the boats could ever have been stopped if agreement of the Senate had been required in order to deploy the Navy. As the Parliament winds up and the PM enjoys his wins this week, let's hope the rest of his front bench take a lesson from the way this bill was worked up and passed. Right now, the PM is getting by with a couple of strong ministers like Christian Porter and Peter Dutton, who pull their weight. But for the coalition to really succeed and voters to see the results, his whole team must perform. Let's hope a few of them get some ticker from Father Christmas, along with a bit of smarts and a whole lot of work ethic over the summer break too.